the best I know of it, they landed in this very area here, which is 60 miles east of the farm that you're thinking of, where we used to play.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where they congregated. And my dad, at age 12, worked for board and room away from home. They were that poor. The dad, to get his food, stayed all year at a neighboring family, and I've talked to that family. Can't call the name right now. Maybe it'll come to me. And then gradually worked his way west. Maybe he was 17, I think, or so, when he got out to about where we were, and stories of he worked all year for a family and they were supposed to get a share of the corn crop, and when the time came, he didn't get what he was supposed to. So he literally worked all year for his board and room.
Yeah.
Gradually worked his way west to Hodgman County, where he settled on 160 acres. There was the Homestead Act at the time.
That was your dad?
My dad.
Yeah.
He tried to take advantage of the Homestead Act. Lived on 160 acres for a while, and if you would stay there and plant a few trees, the land would be yours.
Yeah.
Well, he built, this was in 1898. No, maybe 97.
But your dad was only 5 or so when he came over, you said.
Yeah, I know, that was in 82.
Oh, so...
But this was in the year 1897 or 98 he was out there.
He was
living in a hole in the ground.
A dugout.
The dugout.
Yeah.
And he had made a little roof, tried to make a little roof over the dirt enclosure.
Yeah.
And the story is that the coyotes were so loud and the rattlesnakes were too many that he traded his equity in that 160 acres to a family for a pair of horses, team of horses, and came 100 miles back east to where I grew up.
No kidding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the story of my dad's exposure bad in
Wow.
late 1800s, and
What was your
they were
dad's...
married in about 1900, 1901. I'm not sure which.
Yeah. What was your dad's first name?
Yes.
Gus. Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and a little baby sister, Elizabeth, that died at birth. So there were 8 of us.
Who was the oldest?
Oldest was Clara, Sister Clara, then brother Albert, and then her sister Alma, and then Elizabeth, the baby that died, and then Linda, who died of breast cancer, Jim Dunn's mother.
Oh, yeah.
She died of breast cancer at 37.
Huh.
And then Eddie, my next brother, and then myself.
You were the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the only one left. Yeah.
Now, is Eddie still around? He's the one I knew. I remember.
No, he died about 12 years ago.
Oh, really?
15 years ago. Yeah.
That's too young.
Well, I think he was in 80,
Oh, yeah?
pushing 80.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of unusual. It's a story that my dad never told about his moving from Hodgman County 110 miles west back to Reno County, because it was a story of defeat, or, well, it could have been a story of romance. I don't know if he knew. I've never known if he knew my mother before he went west, or whether he came back to see her, at that time.
But they were
But
on the
the
ship
story
together.
came, yeah, well, as 5 and 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the little kids.
Oh, yeah. The story came to me directly. Winfred and I built a new home on the farm, the one you were in,
Yeah.
1957. And it was sort of kind of a model. We researched and copied and talked and looked for a year or two before we ever got around to building. And then as we were building, we would be friends coming in. Not friends, but someone else who was thinking of building. Up to see, what is this? What's this like? It was pretty modern.
Yeah.
And one Sunday afternoon, a couple from Kingman, which is 20 miles south of us, came up, and her family name was Suter or something like that. And she said, "Did you know?" And she told me the story that I just told you
About your dad.
about my dad trading 160 acres, which today would have a value of $400,000, $300,000 for a team of horses, and came back.
Yeah.
And
But he didn't want to stay with the coyotes and the
no,
snakes.
he didn't. So I don't know whether his moving from out there was a story of romance. He never told it. He never told it. But this lady told it.
Yeah.
And I know he'd been out. And then she said, would you want to go out where he homesteaded on this farm and see it? I said, would I ever? So we had a new pickup at the time, and 4 of us crawled in that pickup, this couple from Kingman, and Wendy and I, and went out, and she showed me where there wasn't much left, but in a little old dugout, pretty well in a pasture, next to a little creek-like dry bed. And she said, yeah, this is where. And that was in the area where they used stone posts, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she wanted to know if I wanted some. I said, yes. She gave me 3 of those stone posts that are
Yeah.
like this, and we hold them
Those are heavy.
terribly heavy. And when we got those on the pickup came back to Reno County like that, and we were looking up at the moon all the time.
Yeah. How
And
far?
I gave one of those to Wasser,
Yeah.
Dave. It's in front of their yard.
Yeah.
One to Jim Dunn,
Yeah.
and one to Bill Murphy. They're all my nephews.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's nice. So how far west was that? You know
About about 120 miles.
what county it was in?
Hodgman,
Hodgman. Was it straight west or was it south?
north,
North? Yeah.
north and a little west. Yeah.
Yeah.